noses," added Whistler. Pandora and Siebold agreed that it would be safe for the children to go, as long as they avoided the windy cliffs and stayed close to the forest's edge. Siebold handed Whistler a small hourglass. "1 hour only," Siebold said. "Then home." "1 hour only," promised Whistler and Lila. And as the children stepped outside into the cold air, they both hoped they might be lucky enough to have a 1-hour adventure. Chapter 2. The Deep Hole. The forest that grew down to the sea cliffs was thick with green ferns and mosses and the fragrance of cedar. Whistler and Lila loved it, but the forest was miles deep. The children knew that without a compass to guide them, they must not venture in, but stay on the edge as they had promised. "What is that?" Whistler asked, pointing to something up ahead. It looked like a little house. As they drew closer, the children realized it was, in fact, a little house. It was made of sticks and was most impressive, and on its porch sat a wood rat enjoying a cup of tea. "Good morning," the rat said. "Good morning," Whistler and Lila answered together. The rat graciously invited them to join him for tea, but with only an hour for exploring, the children politely declined. "Another time," the rat said cheerfully. Whistler and Lila continued walking, and it was when they were carefully gathering cloudberries from some bushes beside a hemlock tree that Whistler became curious about something new. A deep, dark hole had been made by the large roots of the tree, and from this hole a wisp of vapor was rising. It looked just like Whistler's frosty breath. "Lila," said Whistler, "I believe something in that hole is breathing. See?" Whistler pointed to the vapor mist coming from within the hole. Lila was cautious. "It might be a skunk," she said. "Let's ask Siebold." Whistler did not want to startle a skunk, so they quietly went on with their walk. The children arrived back at the cottage with only a few minutes left in the hourglass. They told Siebold about the frosty vapor coming from the hole. "It is probably a hibernating bear," Siebold said. "A bear?" said Whistler and Lila together. The children had never met a bear. Their 1-hour walk had proved to be an adventure after all. Maybe there would be more to come. Chapter 3. Someone Wakes Up. While the bear continued his winter sleep under the tree roots, Whistler and Lila visited him with gifts. On clear days, they walked to the forest's edge and placed small things just inside his hole. A dried sea fan, an extra checker, a potholder Lila had made, and most important, a triton shell they had found in summer. They did not often find those. Triton shells were special. They also left a note inviting him to breakfast when he woke up. And finally, one chilly spring morning, the bear did wake up. Because he was so hungry and much too sleepy to find his own breakfast, he stumbled to the cottage beside the lighthouse and knocked on the door. Pandora opened the door to see a very rumpled, furry face with dark, sleepy eyes. The bear handed her the note, and as politely as possible, without yawning too much, he said, "My name is Thomas, and I believe I am invited for breakfast." Pandora welcomed Thomas inside. The children came running.